What's up, fellow nerds? My name is Stephanie and welcome to For the Love of Nerd. We're talking about books today. We talk about books all the time, every day, all day. But today I want to talk about the books that I'm planning on reading in the month of June. Now, hopefully my life will be settling down just a little bit. I'm not sure exactly how filming is going to go this summer because, like I said, I'm borrowing this camera and they need it for the summertime. So I'll probably only be filming on the weekends when they don't need it. So for now, I'm hoping that my week will be relatively smooth and calm and something of that nature, so I'll have more time to read. And I have a lot of really big books that I want to read, so I need some time to do that. So I'm going to briefly share the books that I know I'm going to finish and then talk a little bit about the ones that I might get to this month. First up, I have The Son of Neptune by Rick Riordan. Now, this is my physical copy. I have it on audiobook from the library. I'm going to be listening to it, but this is the second book in the Heroes of Olympus series, and I'm very, very excited to be continuing on with this series because I really enjoyed the first book and I'm excited to see what this book has in store. But I obviously can't tell you about the synopsis of this book because it is a sequel, but the first book followed three demigods, Jason, Piper, and Leo, on their adventures. And this series incorporates a lot of the Roman mythology, which is really, really interesting. I don't know much about the Roman side of things. I did a lot of research into the Greek side of the mythology when I was younger because that's what I did in my free time, because I'm a nerd, as we have discussed. But yeah, I don't know much about the Roman aspect of things, and that's what this series focuses on, is the Roman mythology. So that's a really interesting concept to me, you know, melding together the Greek and Roman sides of these gods. So if that sounds interesting to you, you should definitely check out this series. I would recommend reading the Percy Jackson series first. This one will not make a lot of sense if you don't read those first. So if you enjoy a good middle grade story, this is a great one. Next up, I have Wizard and Glass by Stephen King. This is the fourth book in the Dark Tower series. Now, again, I can't tell you what this book is about because I haven't even read the synopsis yet, because sometimes I find that synopsi? I don't know. Sometimes I find that they spoil books, so I try not to read them if I can avoid it. But this series is basically about the gunslinger named Roland, and he lives in a world that has moved on, starting to crumble, starting to die. And he is the last of the gunslingers, and his entire life has been focused on finding the tower, which binds all of the worlds together. That's what he's been doing his entire life, searching for the tower. So this series chronicles his journey towards the tower. That's all I really knew going into it, so that's all I'm going to tell you guys, because I think it's better to go into the series not knowing a whole lot. But I've really been enjoying the series so far. As I've said before, the first book was a little iffy for me, but the next two were really, really, really good. So I'm looking forward to this next book, and hopefully this one will go quickly. It's another thick one. I don't know why I decided to read so many thick books this year, but that's what's happening. Next up, I have The High King's Tomb by Kristen Britton. This is the fourth book in the Green Rider series, and as I've said before, I'm rereading this series this year. This is another thick and chunky book. But this series is about a girl named Kerrigan, and she has been suspended indefinitely from school. So on her ride home, she encounters a Green Rider who's dying, and he has a very important message to deliver to the king, and he asks Kerrigan to carry that message to the king. And from there, her journey begins. She becomes a Green Rider, and that's what the series is about. I can't tell you again about this book because it is the fourth in the series. But this one was probably my favorite. I read the series last year, but this one was probably my favorite out of all of them. So I'm really, really looking forward to reading this book. And I've said this before, if you guys like fantasy, I really recommend giving this series a try. The first book is a little bit on the cheesy side, but the writer really, really improves with each book. Each book she gets better and better. So I would definitely recommend checking this out. It was a sleeper hit, I guess you could say, from last year. I was not expecting to love it as much as I did. it blew me away. So you should definitely give this a go if you guys like fantasy. Those are all of the books that I know I will be reading for sure. I know I'm going to finish them in the month of May. Now, I'm going to continue trying to read the Dark Tower series and the Green Rider series, so it's possible that I'll get to a few more of those books this month, and I'm hoping to also get to some of the Legend of Zelda manga this month as well, because I'm really excited about those, so it's very possible that I'll read those as well. And I'm hoping that I will get my audiobook of It by Stephen King in. I want to reread it before the movie comes out so that I can have it fresh in my mind, but I don't have time to actually sit down and read the book. If you guys know, it's a really thick book. I have it upstairs, but I'm too lazy to go and get it. So I will be listening to that hopefully this month. We'll see. It's a really long audiobook, so I may not even finish it, but those are my reading plans for this month. But that's gonna do it for this video today, guys. Please let me know down in the comments if you have read any of these books, what you thought of them. I would really love to know you guys' opinion. If you guys liked what you saw today, please go click that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment. Words. As always, may your books be many and your interruptions few. Bye, guys. I have no idea how I will cut that, but I am too lazy to do another take because I've been filming for a while. Also, where's Markiplier today? What the heck? I might just do a video of how many times I say the word Markiplier.